I'll never be able to chase my little sister again.
I will never be able to wear a bra like my mommy.
I will never be able to have children of my own someday.
Nearly 17,000 parents a year hear the dreaded words, "Your child has cancer." It can be devastating, but parents now have a place to go for help.
My name is Jenny Sullivan, co-founder of Angels for Sam, a charitable organization that hosts fundraisers to help with local families battling cancer. You can help this organization by stopping out to support our 7th annual motorcycle benefit ride on June 9th. For more details, check out our Facebook page at Angels for Sam or our website at angelsforsam.com.
It is 8:15 a.m. and you're listening to KDPS 88.1. This is Ade, and I am here with my good friend Ty. How are you, Ty?
I'm doing really good. It's really early.
Morning. Yeah, it is actually. It's about 39 degrees, but you know what? I can't complain. Listen, an Ohio teacher was fired, or actually is being terminated for posting a Facebook picture of her students with the duct tape over their mouth.
Really?
And the thing is, I think what's so controversial about it is she posted a caption that says, "This is how I keep my students quiet." So I don't know if
was it forced, or did the students actually did it themselves?
That's a good question. I think according to the story, they were just playing around with the duct tape, and one student had an idea to take a picture with a duct tape over his or her mouth, but surely you shouldn't post that on Facebook, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, she should get fired for that if a student suggested it and it's a joke.
I can see where you're coming from. She does have 10 years in the education industry, but if I was me, I wouldn't want my son's picture to end up in somebody else's Facebook page, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a parent, so I guess if I was a parent, the roles might be reversed, and I might think otherwise.
Well, I'll definitely keep you posted, and you're listening to KDPS 88.1. Here, coming up next, Reason for Hope.
So, this band has been around since, 1999. And I just got into them this year, and they're so good. You'll never guess where they're from. Versailles, France. France! I mean, who knew they're from France? Here's our song, 1901. You're listening to KDPS Radio, and this is Ty. So I recently downloaded this new app on my iPhone, and it's called Snapchat. And it is so addicting, and I do not know why. And it's so simple. All you do is you take a picture, you send a photo to your friends who have Snapchat, and they only see it for 10 seconds, and then they'll never see it again. And I'm constantly on my phone checking to see if I got a message from my friends, and I'm constantly taking pictures, and it's so bizarre because I take pictures of random things and I still send them, and it's still funny and it's still addicting. I suggest if you have nothing else to do, I suggest downloading Snapchat and using it. I mean, you might get addicted and it might be a bad idea, but it's still so much fun. Next up is Kill Your Heroes.
Are you looking for a rewarding volunteer opportunity? The Des Moines Botanical Center Growing with the Garden program is looking for volunteers. Orientation and training will be provided. For more information or apply online, you can go to their website at www.botanicalcenter.com or call 515-323-6293. Des Moines Botanical Center is located along the east bank of the Des Moines River. It is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Up next, Rumor Has It by Adele. You are listening to KDPS 88.1. What's going on in South Florida with all these arrests for illegal butt injections? You heard it right. Well, apparently this woman was so desperate to look good that she was willing to pay a stranger $200 for a butt injection per session. Calvin Butler, a 44 years old, claimed he used a sterile silicone which he stored in a Pedialyte bottle. Really? Anyway, and get this, he also used crazy glue to seal up the incision. Well, needless to say, the woman was sent to the emergency room and diagnosed with lymphadenitis. which is swelling of the lymph nodes due to the bacterial infection. And he is currently charged with unlicensed practice of healthcare. What about sending him straight to the psych ward? Coming up next, Vava Voom by Nicki Minaj.
You're listening to KDPS Radio, and this is Ty, and I'm here with Ade today.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
So I came across this article out of Portland, Oregon. Apparently, a man allegedly used a spy pen to watch his coworker use a breast pump at her desk.
A breast pump?
A breast pump at
her
work.
desk?
Yes.
Oh.
He was actually a tech guy there at the work, and he put a pen into her coffee cup at her desk to record her doing this.
How creepy is that?
I know, right?
Like, when did he have time to do that?
I have no idea.
But you know what? First of all, let's talk about why did this woman do it at her desk anyway?
Well, that's what I was questioning. I mean, I'm not a mother, but you are. I mean, is there like a special place that you're supposed to do this, not at your desk?
That's a good question, because at work, where I work, it is a big corporation. They do have a designated room where mothers, do their thing. But I think small companies should do that too. So do you know where she works by any chance?
I don't. It's just someplace in Oregon.
Goodness, that's so crazy because, oh my gosh, I can't imagine how traumatized she is probably right now.
I would agree, and get this. He pleaded not guilty for this.
Not guilty for what?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? One thing I noticed that you said tech guy. Can you imagine, like, maybe a tech guy watching us through a computer or something like that? You know what I mean?
I mean, we do live in a technological world, and I mean, people could be, they're watching us right now, obviously, but
strange.
Who knows? Like, we are losing privacy as we know it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're listening to KDPS Radio, and up next is 93 Million Miles.
I cannot wait to see her perform her Oscar-nominated song Skyfall during the 85th Annual Academy Awards in February. Here is Rumor Has It by Adele. It is 15 after 9 and it's a chilly 39 degrees outside. You're listening to 88.1 KDPS. I'm here with my good friend Ty. How are you, Ty?
I'm doing fantastic.
Fantastic. Well, you know what? Speaking of Adele, she gave birth to a baby boy about 3 months ago, and she never did tell anyone about the baby's name until recently. Apparently, she's naming him Angelo.
Angelo? She named her baby Angelo?
Yeah, apparently. I think it's you know what? It's better than Blanket.
Yeah, I don't know what Michael Jackson was thinking there, naming his kid after an object.
Yeah, you know, but it's Michael Jackson. What can you say about that?
I guess you can say the same thing with Jay-Z and Beyonce naming their kid Blue Ivy. I mean, they're a couple who could pretty much do anything.
Pretty much, but Blue Ivy is much better than Blanket for sure.
Definitely.
Well, do you have any favorites?
I do. I actually like Nicolas Cage's son's name, Kal-El. He named it after Superman.
Oh, well, I'm not a superhero chick. I wouldn't know anything about that. But you know what? That's actually a pretty cute name. I don't think it's bizarre, but I think it's cute.
It is. Do you have any favorite ones?
Favorite ones, you know what? Not that I can think of right now, but if I was a celebrity, that's a good question. I wonder if I am going to name my child something really unique, or...
I mean, if I was a celebrity, I would just, to the fact that everyone makes it a bizarre name, I would just name my kid Bob.
Bob.
Hello, Bob.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Bob it is. Well, coming up next, Notice Me by Alexa Ray Joel.
Amanda the Panda is a nonprofit organization located in Windsor Heights. They help children and families grieve over a lost family member through service of hope and healing to bring them back to their mainstream lives. The organization provides service camps as well as fun day events. Spring support groups start March 25th, meeting on Monday nights from 6:30 to 7 p.m. For more information, go to their website, amandathepanda.org.
Reality TV star Janelle Evans from Teen Mom 2. What is going on with you, girlfriend? You are constantly in the media fighting with your husband of 1 month, and you're also 7 weeks pregnant, and all you're doing is just fighting with your husband over Twitter. come on, you're 7 weeks pregnant, you already have an adorable little son, and why do you even put your energy so much on fighting with him over Twitter? You could have just sit down and talked to him about that. I mean, really, do you have to tell the whole world that you want to get a divorce over Twitter? And then you also are telling the whole world that you may be having a miscarriage while he was out partying. I mean, who wants to hear that? I guess people do, but that's why you're a reality TV star. I guess I don't understand. You know, you can just, instead of being negative, instead of putting so much energy to that, you can simply just take care of yourself, take care of your children, take care of, your marriage. Maybe if you have the time to sit down with your husband and talk about it instead of blasting him online, maybe things would be better. But you know what? You do what you do, girlfriend. Coming up next, Come On by Kesha.
You're listening to The Edge 88.1. So, it's 2013 and cannibalism is still among us. Apparently in North Korea, they're suffering from a famine, and there have been reports that children have been killed and corpse cut up by people desperate for food. They must be that hungry and starving. A man actually dug up his grandchild's corpse just to eat it, and one boiled his child to eat the flesh. It's kind of sad to hear this is still going on. At least the country is actually doing something about it. Anyone who is actually caught selling human meat will be executed. And so at least that will help people stop from eating their children. And it's still kind of sad that they're doing this and that they're hungry. That at least they could at least find some animals before they can actually eat humans. It's really sad. But on a lighter note, next up is Where We Belong. This is Ty on KDPS Radio with Tre Rutz, a Grandview wrestler. The 2020 Summer Olympics is dropping wrestling. As a wrestler, why should they not drop wrestling?
Wrestling's one of the sports that was started in the Olympics. Like, I mean, you see statues of people wrestling. I mean, it's just one of the sports that started the Olympics, and take that away, it's like taking a big part of the Olympic history away.
Well, then what makes wrestling different from the other sports of the Olympics?
There's so much passion. Wrestlers have so much passion for what they do. The winner, you see them celebrate, and they're as happy as could be, and then you look at the loser, and they're almost in tears in front of everybody that's watching, and then at the Olympic level, people at home watching on TV. So, and there's just a lot of passion there, and we don't have a professional sport to go to after. The Olympics is all we have, so.
Well, then what sport should be dropped instead of wrestling?
I'm not going to say that a sport should be dropped, but, I mean, there's some sports where I question whether they should actually be in the Olympics. I mean,
do you have any examples of any sports?
I mean, speed walking. I feel like anybody could do speed walking. Or ping pong's fun to watch. It's fun to play, but I don't know if I would consider it an Olympic sport. But
all right. Well, should there be any changes in wrestling so people might find it more interesting? Because some people might find it boring.
It's hard. It'd be hard to change. I mean, there's already 3 styles of wrestling, and the Olympics has 2 of them. And I guess the only thing, you just have to watch once, and you'll be completely clueless, and then watch another time, and I think you'll pick it up, and it'll just become more interesting. But I think wrestling just needs more attention, needs people to see it, and it'll catch fire, I think.
So you really think the Olympics should not even drop any sport to make room for another, or should they just keep them all?
It'd be cool if they could keep them all, but that's obviously not going to happen. I mean, everything's about money now, and they don't have time for that, or the money. So I think it'd be awesome if they just had a whole bunch of Olympic sports, because the Olympics is one of my favorite things to watch on TV, but they won't happen.
All right, thank you. This is Ty on KDPS Radio with Tre Rutz. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
It is 4:08, and this is Thaianna Ade on KDPS Radio. How are you doing, Ade?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So have you heard about this internet scam on Craigslist?
Well, it wouldn't be the first.
Of course, but this particular one is a Des Moines couple used Craigslist to ask for donations from people because they needed like beds and furniture and stuff.
Well, it's a good place for it.
Yeah, but get this, they ended up selling it back on Craigslist. Who does that?
For profit?
Yeah, for profit.
What?
Yeah, they're getting all these donations and they're ending up selling it all over again to get more money.
See, this is the thing where people take advantage of things and ruin it for everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, that's really shady.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of good, honest people trying to help another person.
Yeah, no kidding. And not to mention, now people are probably going to be, skeptical about doing that now.
I would be skeptical. I mean, I'm already skeptical of Craigslist.
Man, that's so sad. I hope that, I know it's not illegal probably, but I hope that they're somewhat...
It's not illegal, but it's borderline fraud, I would say.
It's fraud to me.
Definitely. Up next, we have Vintage Trouble. This is Ty on the Edge 88.1. So if you haven't already heard, the band My Chemical Romance has called it quits after 12 long, beautiful years. My heart is broken. I remember listening to them back when I was in middle school and into my high school days. They're being one of the first bands that got me into rock music. It's really hard to see them not coming out with anything else. They're one of those bands that could make albums that sounded so different than each other, but you still know it's them. I'm sad to see them go. I'm sad to see them call it quits. But up next, hopefully this band will mend my heart, is One Republic.
So, fruits and vegetables do not come with nutrition labels. However, they do have stickers which contain very helpful information. I kind of want to just share it with you guys. Basically, stickers, there's three different category, I guess. Stickers that have 4 digits and begin with a number 3 or a number 4, it just means that the produce was conventionally grown. And there are the stickers that have 5 digits and it starts with the number 8. It just means that they were genetically engineered. And stickers that have 5 digits also, but it starts with the number 9, it just means that they were produced organically. So, my suggestion to you guys is choose wisely, but I hope those were helpful informations. You're listening to KDPS 88.1. Up next, we have Don't You Worry Child by Swedish House Mafia. You are listening to KDPS 88.1. So, Ty, I have this yummy topic to talk about. I'm so excited about it.
Goody. What is it?
Well, it's this new cupcake company called Scratch Cupcakey, I think. Cupcakery.
Cupcakery?
Yeah,
I love that place.
They make this delicious cupcakes, that have German chocolate, lemon bar, something like that. But what I don't get is it's $2 a cupcake.
I know, and I feel so terrible when I have to buy a cupcake and it's $2.
And then another thing is people will travel so far to get the cupcake.
I know. My roommate drives an extra 30 minutes before she goes home just to bring cupcakes back.
What?
Yeah.
See, I don't get it. I mean, kudos for them. They get their business. They're sold out almost every day. But $2, I'm not sure that I want to spend. I mean, yes, every now and then maybe. But their lines is always so long. They're always sold out by like around 3 or 4.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth the wait.
I don't think so either. But you know what? Like I said, kudos for them, for their business, but I don't get the point of it. I don't know how long this is going to last, but...
It's a cupcake. What do you expect?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't say no to a cupcake.
That is true. Well, up next, we have Labor of Love.
All right, so I was walking around the mall the other day, and I noticed 12-year-olds are wearing clothes that I would have worn in high school. I don't understand it.
Well, you know what? I watch, what is that, Kids' Choice Awards?
Teen Choice Awards?
Or Teen Choice Awards,
I don't know
yeah.
which one it is.
Exactly. And I watched a little bit before the show started where they do the red carpet and stuff. I'm seeing all of these teens wearing the same exact, not the same exact, but cleavage was, wow, showing.
Yeah, I don't understand. When I was 12, I never dressed like that.
I don't think I dress like that even now, and I'm
not even that old either. I mean, come on. And I just don't get it.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the pressure of, wanting to, I mean, for celebrity purposes anyway, I don't know if it's the pressure of, you know what I mean, being with the adults. I don't know, because Katy Perry was there and she was wearing somewhat, showing a lot of skins as well.
A lot of skin shown there.
Yeah, but I don't think that this teen should be dressing the same way. There's a difference between teen and adult.
Definitely not. But when I was that young, my parents wouldn't even let me walk out of the house wearing anything remotely like these kids are wearing today.
Yeah, I am scared. If I have a little girl, I am not sure that if I even will let her get out of the house without me.
I would probably have to do a wardrobe check every morning just to make sure she's not revealing a little bit too much skin.
Or I'll just send her with a bodyguard or something. I don't know.
Or just buy a million sweatshirts and have her not ever wear anything else.
I know. It's just, I don't know. It's crazy. I hope that it doesn't, stay like that for a while. But who knows?
I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
This is The Edge 88.1 with Ty and Ade. Up next is Instigated. This is Ty on KDPS Radio. Who knew you could buy designer clothes from a thrift shop and then sell them off eBay for 10 times the price? A 22-year-old community college dropout has sold millions in women's vintage clothing on eBay in her new company called Nasty Gal. She's been rummaging through a bunch of thrift store while she was out of college and finding vintage designer clothes for cheap. She bought a Chanel jacket for $8 and then sold it for $1,000. I wish I would have come up with this idea. I might not have to be in college. Or this could be an easy way to pay for college. I don't know. I feel like I need to go to Goodwill or Salvation Army and maybe get lucky and hit the jackpot. I don't know. But up next is Demons by Imagine Dragons.
All right. You're listening to KDPS Age 88.1. So college basketball player Kevin Ware suffered a horrific injury this past Sunday, and everyone was talking about it. My Facebook page was flooded with pictures and footages of the injury. Well, now everyone is talking about how the injury have led to basically a firestorm and discussion about whether the CBS should show it or they should post it on the website. My thought is, stop with all these crazy pictures. We already knew what happened. Nobody wants to see it again. I mean, I personally I couldn't even get it out of my head for a couple of days. So for me to see it again on my Facebook, I'm not trying to be negative, but that scene was pretty gruesome, and I really would not like to be reminded. Plus, the surgery was, successful. He is walking. So, you know what? Let's just leave it alone. You are listening to KDPS. Up next, we have Stay Young, Go Dancing. All right. You're listening to KDPS Edge 88.1. So, 2 Ohio school football players have been found guilty of raping a drunken 16-year-old girl after a party last August.
Wait, college students or high school students?
High school.
High school students.
Yeah. So, I mean, this has been going on since August, and I think the trial is actually going on right now, and I want to talk about it because it just dawned to me that they're blaming the girls again.
They're blaming the girls.
Of course.
Of course.
You know, I mean, okay, so what? They're football players. So
right?
What? They're supposed to be this mighty, I don't know, super
athlete.
Yeah, right?
And powerful.
It's so amazing. I don't get it. Like, they keep saying, oh, you know what? The funniest thing? 2 of her girlfriends testified saying that she had a history of heavy drinking and that she also was known to lie.
Well, it looks like she just lost 2 friends.
Right, but okay.
Why would you do that?
Fine. People have habits, people drink, but...
And she's 16, right?
Right.
That's insane.
As a football player, you should have, you know what I mean? You should know better to be professional. You should know better to, people look up to you. Some kids look up to you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to, the girl was in unstable state of mind. Why would you take advantage of her and blame her because she was drunk? Are you kidding? This is like something that I'm just so...
This is something high school students should not be doing at this age, but you would more expect it from like college players.
Like, you should look up for each other. I mean, what is the deal here?
I have no idea. That's messed up.
I know. I mean, you can tell I'm so disappointed in them.
Very
but you know what? Whatever. Anyways, coming up next is Can't See You.